Hi guys, we're out today. We'll be carrying out a full service on this Fiesta EcoBoost behind us. Let's go see what wow is. I'm not going to cover too much of the safety check aspects of these. I'm literally just going to show you where the filters are and how to access them. We'll also be changing the spark plugs on this as well. But if you want to know any tips or tricks about the safety check side of these services, then just let me know in the comment section and I'll blast up a video regarding that. So we're at the engine bay. First thing we're going to do, it's nice and simple air filter. Pick it up, get that filter out of in there. It's a nice original Ford one. Have a look inside here. Going to want to move that lid out of the way like so you can clean out any bits of debris. See the leaves in there, give us all a good clean out. Once you clean that out as best as you can, I'm going to stick in a new blueprint air filter. Literally just slide it out of the way. It's easier with one hand. Sorry, it's easier with two hands. Then with that in place in, put the tabs on. So let's move on to these spark plugs here. Just push the tab back like that, squeeze down and pull it out. You have to undo these two 8mm here. And with them out then, just get the ignition coil and pull it out. You get a 14mm spark plug socket, and just crack the spark plugs out. Just a little tip, especially for diagnostics and things like that, so examine the tip on these, because you'll be able to tell if the engine's running rich or lean. This one looks okay. I'm going to be fitting these Bosch Iridium long lasting spark plugs. These are really good spark plugs actually. Be fitting them in. I'm literally just going to run them in by hand. So they get tight by hand, and then I'm going to hop over onto E3 Technical, get the manufacturer specification for the tightening torques on these, and then torque them down the specification. Then you just clean any dust and debris off the ignition coil, feed that back on, press it all the way down, put these bolts back in. There's actually no tightening torque for these, so you're just going to nip them out. That'll do. Repeat on the other two cylinders. After touching the ignition system like that, I like to start the engine just to make sure there's no misfires or anything like that since I touched it. Because obviously if it was a misfire and then I went on to do other things, I wouldn't know where it come from. But now I know if it was a misfire here, I knew where it would come from. Now we're going to be changing the pollen filter on this one. So you got a T30 that goes in there, and here with a trim on there. Just pop that cover off, undo that T30, slide the cover up, undo that T30, slide the trim up. It reveals this bracket in here. This one only had the 3 in though. Where's the other one gone? See, 3 T20s in there holding that on. Pull the pollen filter out of the back in there. Let's get the new one to put in. A nice blueprint one going back in. Before I slide that in, give a AC treatment in there. Let's just run out. And then directional arrows was on the other one facing into the car. Put the blueprint one back in. Actually just back in. And don't forget to wipe that down where you've been. Right, now I've slid underneath. You can see oil filters there, drive shaft, sump, oil filter. I'm going to twist that off. I always end up with oil in my armpit doing this, so just let it drain down a little bit first so you don't get covered in oil. Then when you're brave enough, just twist it off all the rest of the way and let the rest of it drain out. We've got as minimum oil on me as possible then. I've lubricated the seal slightly. I'm going to slide back up underneath there and stick it in. Now it's time to crack the sump bolt off. 13mm spanner, just to loosen it. Do the rest of the way by hand now. I'm replacing this nut so I don't mind it just falling out. Let's just let that drain. Then when that's drained all the way out, put a new bolt in with a new washer and hop over to E3 Technical and torque it down to manufacturer specification. Then I'm going to get some high performance engine oil from Febby, measure it up to the right amount and fill the engine back up. Now when you've got it all level on the floor, you've checked the oil levels, everything's fine, any safety checks that you're going to do is done. Give it a good clean up using toolbox cleaning products and make this engine base sparkle. And now that it's sparkling, job is a good one.